I took Matt Parr's Tube Mastery and Monetization course and I got monetized within 1 year. And here's a crazy stat. Out of 100 million YouTube channels, only 3 million are monetized. So getting there is a huge achievement, but here is the real question. Does becoming monetized mean you'll actually make good money? And is this course worth the time and investment? I'll be breaking it all down, the good, the bad, and what you need to know before starting. Firstly, I'm going to presume you've seen my other review video in which I went through all of the course in huge detail, so I'm not going to repeat anything that I said on that video in this video, but if you haven't seen it, I'll link it up somewhere below now. Yeah, so in that video, I went through in detail what you get with the course and my initial reaction after doing YouTube for 6 months. But after 1 year now of being monetized, let's talk about what's happened. Okay, so let's go through the stats. So when I first made the original video, I had 608 subscribers. I am now at 1.6k subscribers. The total watch hours then was 12,100. I'm now at 40,000. So you only need 4,000 watch hours per year to become monetized, as well as 1,000 subscribers. So the channel is doing way above, nearly 10 times better than what's needed watch time hours wise. Revenue wise, I've made around about £1,000 in that year through ad revenue, and total views is 375,000. I'm not sure what it was before, but it's got to have been way above that. So just looking through, some of my videos have had some real good traction. Coming down, 5.3 million impressions, a 3.8 click-through rate, 3.8% click-through rate, which isn't really too great. You want it to be about 6, 7 or 8%. Obviously, like the more people that see your video and you click through, the more people that watch it. Average view duration, if you're doing a 10-minute video, that's over 60% view duration, which is actually not too bad. You can see like where viewers find my video and my content, mostly through, I do long form videos, I've done short videos, but that's more just to drive traffic. And yeah, we can see here a breakdown, roughly the amount of money I've made, roughly the RPM. So I'm not sure where the CPM is. But you can see, yeah, I make all my money through the long form videos, and here's my best performing videos and how much they've made. So yeah, not life-changing amounts of money really, but just to show you here, this video has had 148,000 views, 112 down to 27, 14, 5, 3, 7, and you get the gist. So this was an actual holiday video that we made. We went on holiday last year, and that's done really well. It's got another 800 views since like a couple of days ago. So that continues to perform well, which we'll touch on in a bit. So were there any unexpected wins through sponsorships or affiliate income? No, there wasn't. However, I was invited to a YouTube content creator party, which I made a short about, so check that out. I'll see if I can link it in this video here, but if not, it'll be in the description or on the channel somewhere, which was pretty cool, and I met some really cool YouTubers there. I was absolutely one of the smallest YouTubers there, and there were some huge people, many of which, if you're in the UK, even America and worldwide, you would know of. So that was a privilege. And I'm still part of the YouTube community, so every Wednesday they're hosting sessions to get involved, where they're sort of going through tips and strategies for YouTube, which I think is really cool. So what worked for me is just following the course. I genuinely think it's a really good course, and I think my success came from following it step by step. It's really detailed. I think also what helped me was, I do think my content was pretty good, so I've got a pretty good level of expertise in editing and having an eye for detail. So I was increasing the quality of my videos in general. I think the thing that let me down towards the end was the script writing, which I always kind of struggled with, like creating a good story and stuff like that. That's my weak spot. So if I was, yeah, that's an area I needed to improve. Some of the scripts were a little bit, I wasn't 100% happy with, but yeah, this is a skill set. So I think like one of the key things as well, which was really good, was the keyword section that Matt goes through to SEO your videos and how to implement that strategy, which is really in detail. So I'm not going to go into detail here. You've got to buy the course to learn that stuff. And there's just other tips, like as you're in this game, you kind of like start learning stuff. So as an example, a really good tip that I found was that you've got to use your thumbnail and your description as 2 different points. So don't have the same thumbnail and the same description. It's got to be separate, because it can almost like, you know, they're the 2 bits of information. So you get someone with a thumbnail, then you get a description, so you've got 2 at-bats there to get someone to click. So never have, I don't know, top 10 places to visit in Spain in both of the what am I talking about, thumbnail and description. So yeah, just things like that. I learned that through vidIQ, actually, to be fair. Also, I wanted to test the automation side of things, so I actually followed the course steps on how to find video editors, and I managed to find a handful of pretty good video editors, to be fair. One had worked for Reebok and had done lots of professional stuff there, and he was quite expensive but a really nice guy. The other 2, one was really good, from Macedonia, I believe, was $80 per video. The other works in Poland for Universal Studios there, and he was a really good editor as well. I thought he was slightly better, again for $80 per video. I really like him, so I actually got him to do a lot of my other company, my lettings business in the UK, some videos for them, and I'm continuing to be in contact with that one guy as well. So I was quite impressed with that. I think it worked really well. I used Upwork, and I found the whole process, the whole systemization, like Matt taught, to be spot on. So when I was doing the course about a year ago, in that course, Matt said don't do shorts, just basically focus on YouTube only, don't go outside of YouTube, just put everything into YouTube. He's now gone back on that for shorts, but at the time I did ignore that short strategy, because it took me about an hour to create a short from the videos that I was making. So that just helps to drive a little bit of traffic from short traffic, let's call it, onto your long form content. So I do think if you can implement that strategy, it's absolutely well worth doing. And you know, we all spend a lot of time on our phones now scrolling TikTok, Instagram, YouTube shorts as well, so it's worth combining the 2 strategies. Also, to start with, I went with the Faceless YouTube channel, but I decided that seeing as we were going on holiday, that why not make it a hybrid style type channel. So I did exactly that, and I think that holiday video has done really well. So it's definitely shown me that, like, you know, hybrid works as well. Okay, so one thing the course really kind of pushed was that the content didn't need to be super polished, and it can almost be very basic to get huge results. But in my experience, that didn't work as expected, and I do sort of feel that people are expecting higher quality nowadays. I'm not sure when the course was made, say 2021 or something like that, so even in the space of like say 4 years, like I said, I do think the expectations of the viewers and the quality expectations are a lot higher now, so maybe that's a little bit outdated in this course. Now, that's not to say it doesn't work. I've seen some channels with millions and millions of views with low quality content still producing really good results. But yeah, I think that to produce higher quality content means that your costs are going to go up. So as an example, YouTube has you can get free music from YouTube, but Epidemic Sounds, I found, was way better. £120 a year, which isn't going to break the bank massively, in my opinion. You know, what's that? Less than £12 a month, £10 a month, whatever it is. But yeah, your costs are going to go up. And then the other thing was that I bought this course to create a Faceless channel, but in reality, with the rise of AI, are people now agreeable to that sort of content? I don't know what you guys think, but I feel that as the time goes on, more and more people are going to disassociate and disengage with AI content because they want to see the face, they want to see the person behind that. And that's not to say that doesn't work. There are many YouTube faceless YouTube channels that work, but I guess it's niche dependent perhaps. If you're going to, you know, like in the travel niche, I find that the people with a lot of views are people that are in the channel, and you know, there's a girl on TikTok, I can't remember, Kyra. She, you know, people love her. She's done absolutely well. Travels around the world. That's what, in my opinion, people want to see. Yeah, people want to see you travel, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, and like I said, giving you just my viewpoint. Yeah, so personally, the challenges I faced was just running my companies. I've got two I've got a letting business. I've got an investment business which is still trying to do projects. I've got my own portfolio. I've got 4 kids. 2 of them are very young, 2 and 3 currently. So, you know, on my end, very, very busy with just all of that. So I took a very much mentality of this is going to be a side hustle, and that's the approach I took. And YouTube isn't an overnight game. You know, you might get 1 million views on one of your first ever videos and you might absolutely take off, but that is the outlier. That doesn't happen all of the time. That didn't happen for me. And yeah, just take that with a pinch of salt. But yeah, because I started to spend money as well, then obviously, like, you've got to take that into consideration. I wanted to bring the quality up, but the more money you spend initially, the bigger, you know, the longer your break-even point is going to be. So the more you're investing now, and the less, you know, if you're not making a massive amount of money, say you spend £200 a month, but you're making 100, you're losing out, aren't you? So it's like any business. You know, big companies now, they spend millions and millions and millions of pounds and go years and years and years with like venture capitalist funds and whatever to then make a profit. But that's the risk. So if you want to keep your costs down, it will take longer. Like, your quality will be lower quality for a while. You might go, I met on in the creator groups that I'm in, lots of people that have been 5 years and then they've become monetized, but they kept their costs down. So yeah, they're not obviously paying themselves a salary while doing that, but it was their passion. So you can absolutely do it and take it that way. So it depends how much disposable income you've got and how quickly you want to achieve goals. So another challenge that I faced was in the travel niche. Creating generic videos, not a problem. Top 10 places to visit in India, UK, whatever country, if it's just top 10 places, you will find content. Sometimes you don't, you have to change places, but mostly that's not a problem. It's as I started to niche down, if you want, as an example, like I've got a video that's doing very well, top 10 places to visit in Lyon, so specific towns. If you try and niche, like, that's quite difficult in itself as well, and you're having to start to take other people's content and, you know, obviously use it under the fair use policy. But I didn't like that, and I'm not able to go to France and go to Lyon and spend a whole weekend or whatever making content. So that was that was for me in the travel niche. It may not be the case in other niches. So yeah, just bear that in mind, that finding the videos for the video clips for your videos may or may not be hard depending on the niche that you are in. Yeah, and then what took longer than expected was creating high quality videos. The ideas, using ChatGPT to come up with scripts and all that sort of stuff, quicker, but finding the actual good quality videos was the challenge. And then finally, I felt a little bit inauthentic, and my partner thinks I'm being stupid, and she can give me many examples where people do review videos and they've never been there or tasted something or done whatever. But for me personally, as an example, like, I spent a lot of time on a Dubai video that I made. I thought it was really, really good. Have I ever been to Dubai? No. But between me and my partner, if we're going somewhere, I'm the one that researches the hell out of anything. So I know for a fact that most of those places are absolutely legit. I spent a lot of time looking into the places. So I'm confident that, you know, what I've put out there is absolutely correct. But I just felt inauthentic doing it. And yeah, for me, that kind of jars me a little bit. But you might not care. So final verdict, is the course worth it? Yeah, like, literally not just saying it, genuinely believe it is. It's really, really detailed. I followed it step by step. Matt is really good. You know, I actually, you know, there was that they do weekly calls. You can jump on there. I did. The group is very active. I just think the course has got so much detail that if you follow it, and you've got a good amount of competency, you will get somewhere. Absolutely will. So who is this course best for, in my opinion? Well, probably 2 types of people. One, if you're looking to get into YouTube and take YouTube seriously, whether that be your own personal brand, Faceless channel, whatever, then this course is for you. But also for business owners, entrepreneurs that have a, I don't know, physical, digital business, whatever, your own business, and you want to leverage YouTube to help grow that business. I think they're the 2 main people that I would recommend this course for. People that I don't think this course would be for is if you are not very tech savvy. So as an example, if you're quite switched on but you've never video edited, then you probably, you know, and if you can learn that sort of stuff really quickly, then yeah, fine, go for it. End of the day, there's loads of different video editing softwares out there with loads of videos. You could learn pretty quick, right? But if you're not tech savvy, like, i.e. you don't think you could learn video editing well, or, you know, even just tech in general, figuring out how to put the camera on and set up your audio and stuff like that, then you probably will struggle. So just bear that in mind. But yeah, like anything in life, you're going to get further and quicker if you've got the money, time and skill set to invest into this. So for me, I just want to show you some notes that I'm going to go through on my phone, just some rough costings. But yeah, for me, I feel like I've been video editing for a while. I use Final Cut Pro. That cost me about £300 and you get that for life. I've used Final Cut Pro for years for my own real estate businesses, so I had a good understanding, and I've done vlogs and stuff like that, so I've got a good understanding of video editing. So going into it, yeah, I was, you know, I had a little bit of money as well, even though I wanted to keep costs down. But as an example, you've obviously got to buy this course. But the next bit of software that I really recommend is vidIQ. It's only like $10 a month, £10 a month. Absolutely need it though for your keyword research, your SEO stuff. It comes up with video ideas. It's a really good, I'm not going to go into massive detail, but look up vidIQ, you know, YouTube videos, and you'll see that, yeah, I highly recommend vidIQ. The other one, which I've already said, is Epidemic Sounds. I really recommend Epidemic Sounds for your sound effects and stuff like that. There's Artlist.io and other sites as well, but I found Epidemic Sounds to be like the best in my opinion. And that was only like, yeah, about £120, yeah, for a year roughly, so well worth it. The next thing I spent money on was Envato Elements. And that was where I was finding all my video clips for this, for my content. So you'd find drone footage of the UK and all that sort of, there's just absolutely tons on there. I found it, yeah, really good. So I subscribed to that. I think it was roughly £150 for a year. So again, it's not a massive amount of money, and you've got unlimited downloads, you've got other sound effects and stuff like that. You've got video editing software stuff on there as well. So I would recommend checking that out. Next thing I recommend is Canva Pro. About £10 a month, I think, about that. Let me look. £100 a year, yeah, something like that. It's pretty cheap. It's not a massive amount. Use that for thumbnails and other sort of like PDF stuff. Yeah, Canva Pro, if you don't know what it is, check it out, really good. Here's something I spent money on, which was 11 Labs. So I was trying to look at, because obviously time for me was of the essence, I didn't have much of it. And so I looked into 11 Labs and I did do it. It basically is an AI voice clone. And it worked. My mum had no idea. I showed her a video, she was like, blah, blah, blah. I said that was AI, and she had no idea. So it does clone your voice pretty well, but it's not perfect. I had to, it makes little mistakes, it does, you know, little bits. You've then got to chop it out, you've got to re-record yourself, pop it in. So, you know, I did that about 6 months ago. I think it was a Brazil video, if you want to look. That was definitely one I think I did. Yeah, it's pretty good, but yeah, there's a bit of effort to it. So you could, if you wanted to spend and try and speed stuff up, that is a way. If you don't want to spend time recording and then editing your voiceover to then put it in, it could help you. TubeBuddy, I don't recommend it. I got a low cost version trial or whatever when I first started out. It might be better now. There was an A/B split testing for your thumbnails, which I thought was really good, but it was on the more expensive package, which I didn't think I needed. So you know, check it out, but I don't think it's needed. And essentially that's sort of all the software that I used. Right, so where am I going with Explorable? I have parked it. Since the start of the year, you know, thinking about it over Christmas, I'm going to stop. I've stopped uploading to it, really. We went to Chinese New Year in London, actually, so I produced a little video for the channel there, but I'm going to stop. I just don't have the time. I think in life you can do anything, but you can't do everything, and I'm going to focus on this channel that you're watching, this review video. I'm going to really put everything I've learned from this whole experience of getting Explorable up and running into this channel with other affiliates and creating courses, and everything I've learned I'm going to really put into this channel, and my real estate businesses. So we want to grow our portfolio, we want to grow our letting business, so we're just going to use that as our three main focus for now. It's not to say I'll never put any videos out on Explorable, but I think like anything, you know, if you only go to a gym, say once a week, it's not really going to do much. So I might tick Explorable over, but I would imagine by not putting that much effort in, it's not going to go far. But who knows, in the future, if I've got more resources and time, I might be able to completely outsource everything and raise the channel up again. Right, if you're watching this because you are looking at buying this course and you're deciding whether you want to do that or not, is the course worth it? Yes, like genuinely, yes, I highly recommend this course. I have bought other YouTubers and content creators courses since then, and they don't go into as much detail as this course. So this is absolutely a highly recommended course. I do literally tell everyone that I meet that's in business and stuff like that and they're interested in YouTube, I recommend the course. For me personally, I don't think it's that much money for the amount of value that you give. If so long as you're looking to take YouTube seriously, then I really think this is very good. So whether you use my affiliate link or not, I still literally recommend it. So even if you don't use my affiliate link, buy this course. So have you taken the course, or are you looking into buying it right now and this is why you're watching this review? Then leave me a comment either way. I'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback. I will get back to you if you have any questions. I'll also post up my previous video review on the end screen now, which should be popping up any moment or is already there. Check that video out. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comment section and I'll get back to you. But if not, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.